Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Let's see, passive is a 4 in every die, yeah?
Yeah, 4 times. Yeah,
So
4
that
times.
hits.
Four times.
That hits it.
Okay.
You get to decide his next method, which I think is intimidate.
You want him to intimidate people, right?
Yes.
Well,
I don't think that is his strong suit, but who knows?
I hope not.
Sir Lockoth here will, he wants to bring Linus into this.
Oh, goody.
Yeah. So he will look over to Linus and say, well, I mean, of course, not as educated as my father in these matters, but I believe that perhaps, we could stay a little longer and really learn more of how the martial lords do things here. There's really no need for such language, such outlashing. Let's all calm down and Lord Linus, what do you think? What do you think would be good? You have an air of respect about you. I'm sure you would be delighted to share your opinions with us. Maybe you can see things from our perspective as well. He's going to try to charm you.
Sure.
And he has a penalty die, of course.
That will be a single degree.
All right, then. A single degree of charming. Here, that does influence as his persuasion rank, which is 4.
I don't notice.
That's true. You're not swayed. Yes.
Now how to move forward from here is the hard bit. Skype, stop beeping at me. Do not disturb. Well.
I mean, you could put the sun on the fire. Try to grill him. Maybe that will rattle Ambrose a little bit, shift his focus.
Perhaps.
You can heal Decim by mollifying him.
There. Good.
I could try that.
Okay.
How much would you heal me, potentially?
It's 1 point per degree on a DC 12 check.
You restore an amount of composure equal to your persuasion rank. Each degree is another point of composure.
Okay, so it would be 4 per success I get.
4 plus number of successes.
That would potentially make me survive another onslaught.
The question, of course, is if you want to survive this onslaught, or if you want to be able to withdraw or let him have this round, and then maybe fight better in the next one where you get to choose the scene and the location and how many people you want to participate.
I guess we could just withdraw and be like, meh.
I mean, there's really, you could, and you'd get a lesser penalty generally than if you just lose. But it's certainly up to you.
Okay. Because I'm kind of just looking at this like towering stack of influence that is Lord Buckworth's like, I can't touch that.
Yeah.
Then to his son's like, yeah. I don't even know how much he has power.
I mean, but what's intrigue defense is ludicrous. Absolutely
Yes,
ludicrous. I don't even know how we,
Fast talking is one way in which you can remove cunning from intrigue defense, for example. You can assist people to give half your rank to their rank.
You remove status.
No.
I don't think there's a way to do that.
I suppose one thing I can try is at least test the waters on the other Buckwell to see exactly how good his intrigue defense is.
All right.
Just see what we've got there. So,
I mean, you don't really need to do that. We can probably guess. He has a 10 status and then probably 5 in the other.
no, we know Lord Buckwell. He's got 18. We heard that. I'm saying the Sir Butterwell, the knight.
But do you want to spend a full action on that?
The alternative, I really think, is mollifying you.
Yeah.
I can't really hit much against Lord Butwell, I don't think.
Well, something needs to be done.
Yes, I agree. I agree greatly that we need to calm this down and make the situation more civil. Of course, this goes for you as well, Uncle. Kind of turning. You need, maybe perhaps you just take a second. We need to consider this as we all are respected individuals, after all. Though, of course, I have the least of the deeds here. All of our names still carry much weight, and well, as I'm sure your wise experience has given, I'm sure you can see a good solution to all of this, Desmond. Oops.
Roll your persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
Rolling against a 12. So. What you got?
Well, I got 1 success.
Okay.
Which
That
means
does
4
your persuasion right then.
4 points of composure. Have fun.
Okay.
All right.
Now let's see what an angry Butterwell looks like.
Yes. She looks at some frowning and sort of looks a little bit betrayed. She says, "No, I can't believe you would speak in such a manner. I don't think I've done anything to have such words spoken. I considered you a friend. You wouldn't want to lose me as a friend, would you?" She leans forward over the table a little bit. He is, however, not very amazing at intimidating people, so that's sadly not something he is very good at doing. But 17.
That would hit, but no degree, I think.
All right, no degree. That would then, what does intimidate do? Intimidate deals by will rank, which is then his 5.
Take off 4 from the indifferent DR.
Yes.
So it's just 1.
Well, does 1 damage to your composure.
Okay.
You survived.
I did.
Does him.
Well. Would it be possible to incite Butterwell against his son? Like try to play them out against each other?
You could incite, but the likelihood of them actually going against one another is not really they're on the same team here.
Well,
So I mean, you could certainly influence with incite, and that simply means that should you win this intrigue with incite, then you will incite him against someone.
yeah, okay. Nah, that's not gonna work.
It's the every technique has a little. If you win an intrigue with this, and that's what matters here, the consequences of defeat.
Well, let's let's try to do a little something. And I'll try to I'll try a intimidate back. Maybe try to keep him on the anger train here, by keep hitting him a little bit. And Desmond will say that the plan to back Dondarrion is reckless and dangerous, and that Dondarrion might be very respectable and very good at business, but if he is voted, that will indeed be the very end of the marshes. And with the Blackfire coming, that is like a death sentence to to not only the marshes, but it will put the realm on fire. And would you, Lord Butterwell, be the one responsible for that? Would you have that on your conscience? The realm burning, people dying and screaming and cursing your name. Think about what people will say after you're gone, Lord Butterwell. What will your history be?
Oh, good. Decimus at intimidating people.
Pretty good, actually. But against Lord Butterwell, who the hell knows?
Yeah. It is hard to intimidate people who are so important.
I am indeed fighting an elephant with a pea shooter.
You hit.
Okay.
What's your damage?
My willpower is 5. If that is what I use for this, which, let me take a look.
It is.
Yep, 5.
All right. Sure. You can do that. Well, so I'll go here. We'll look to and then sort of look over to you and say, now, no need for such talk. No one can blame his Lord Hand if something were to occur, and I'm sure it will not. Pray tell, Lord Hand, do you believe that anything bad will happen? And he will assist Lord Butterwell. If he can make his check to assist, of course, because it's not just free. You gotta do stuff. Yes, he manages to assist. He can so lend half his rank as a modifier. Linus?
How good do you think Lord Butterwell is at deception?
I think he's fairly good.
Lie to me, Butterwell. Yeah. I don't think you can manipulate people into deceiving, though.
No, but there is. But I'm looking at read target, which allows you to make awareness versus people's deception.
Yes, to gain a +1 die.
To the rest, for the proper die for the rest of the entire complex intrigue.
Yep, that's true.
But I don't know if I could hit that on him. So
it's something to perhaps do, perhaps not. This is not going to be the one winning, so perhaps testing out things in this intrigue might be worth it.
perhaps.
I imagine the other ones will go a little faster when people get involved and such. They also learn the ropes, so to speak. So, yes.
Thing is, if I take like one more frustration, I'm not going to be very good anymore. Like,
we might have to just accept being knocked out of this mini intrigue.
but that means we lose.
Well, we then have to. There's a
That
complex.
means he gets one victory point.
Yes, we still have more. We still have more of these to go. Remember.
Well, in that case, I mean, can we create a scenario where he will like have like a permanent penalty die or something that helps us along? I mean, we could like talk in the dark room, be like, we need to talk down here, my lord.
Something perhaps to consider when this intrigue is over. For now, let's keep this going so we don't stagnate too much.
That's what I mean. Maybe we should just abort this. Because if I take more frustrations, I'm not gonna be like you. You're gonna be better than me then.
And we might as well just let ourselves get knocked out of these mini intrigue then and go in for the next one then. Afterwards.
You can certainly do a. I mean, yeah, you can yield basically, and they will decide a minor effect on you, which is probably going to be charm based with Lord Butterwell because that's his favorite thing to do.
He's going to try raising our dispositions.
Basically, yeah, he's going to raise your dispositions towards him for the rest of the intrigue. Though if he defeats you with charm, he does a lot more. So,
you want to yield then?
I mean, what ramifications would it be that we have a higher disposition toward him?
Well, our DR is
means
slightly
you have
lower.
less DR on his.
It's harder to.
He influences you. Yeah.
And it would normally be harder to deceive him, except you don't take that penalty. Actually, we don't take it.
I don't. As long as he hasn't ascertained my disposition, I don't take any penalties to my stuff.
So,
I mean, it's
you would
better.
have basically he's unarmoring you with it.
I mean, it's better than him defeating us very like friendly, for example, where our DR is really low.
Well, your frustration would recover after the standard intrigue, so I don't see why you would just suddenly fold up like a stack of cards and ride off into the sunset.
I
Does it?
thought frustrations were permanent for this entire thing.
We'll go with the thing Grimmeth said. I think that's more interesting.
Okay.
Okay, then in that case, we can go a bit longer in here.
Then we can try to go a little bit longer. Yes. See if we can hit him. It is our home. We are more relaxed here than he is, you know? Get him a really uncomfortable bed so we can't...
He's like, everywhere is my home.
I live in the realm.
Alaric, I need you to have noisy sex next to his room all night to keep him...
Can
up,
do.
so we can't
I'll expense destiny point to have the noisiest sex ever.
an environmental quality. Okay, in that case we can go for a bit longer, yes.
Okay, yeah, we can go a bit longer.
So can Alaric.
I think then I'm going to try and see.
Hello?
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 Hello.
Hello.
Oh god, is my internet
Yes,
dying?
you're going to try and see what?
Essentially, because since Sir Knight is actually decently good at this, well, my idea is at least trying to see if we can do any damage to him, see if we can possibly remove him.
All right.
It leaves Sir Butwell with useless people to help. As Lanus will look over to Sir Butterwell. You're saying he could take no blame, but the role of Lord Hand, after all, is quite the important one to watch over the people's peace. I almost hate to say it, but it almost feels like you are not you as a knight who have taken vows with the Seven. It almost feels you are not. It almost feels you are afraid of possible ramifications. You are afraid of the warrior's duty.
Sounds like a taunt. What are you trying to do?
I had a little bit more I was going to say on the end of it there.
Okay, you can continue.
And if that is the case, then I am worried for one who has taken a vow as you have. For the Father does watch on those who watch and frown upon those who break those vows. Essentially, trying to make it more of an intimidate.
All right, sure. You can threaten him with godly fire.
Essentially,
Godly
in his
disapproval.
house.
because I'm actually not that bad at intimidate.
Yeah. And also pretty, like beautiful, if that helps.
Yeah, all right. That is 2 degrees.
That is 8 damage.
8 damage.
as Lanus just puts his dragon gaze upon him.
The fire.
So I do get +2 from my Valerian blood.
We'll look to
That's true.
Decim then. So, now. Looks to and says, it is true that should a war come, then bad things could happen, should we not be prepared, but war will not come. I know Lord Blackfire, and I know the king. They do not wish to fight. Lord Blackfire is honorable. They may not directly be friends, but they certainly respect one another and each other's differences. Some may call for Lord Blackfire to rise, but it will not happen. I would know as Lord Hand. I have information that you perhaps do not have access to. And you can trust me. I know what I'm talking about. There will be no war. He's trying to convince Decim that there will be no war. There's no reason to worry. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen.
Well, it's basically as good as you could roll.
Yeah.
Is that 2 degrees?
What is your defense?
15.
15 would be 3 degrees.
Okay.
And that does his will rank as well. So that is then 15 points of influence. You reduce 4 of those, which is down to 11.
And if I take one more frustration, that is 7. No, that is 6. Which would leave me with 1 composure.
But you would be up still.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I'll do that.
And losing that would mean that Decim would now somewhat believe. If he failed to convince of this, he would somewhat believe Lord Ambrose's opinion on the matter. All right, well, you don't. So, Decim.
I'm thinking, like, I'll try one more shot at maybe taking out Londkurth, and then we withdraw, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, at least try to take out his aid.
Yeah, that's like the best we can hope for at the moment. Then Dustin will turn to Longcurth here and says, well, what about you, Sir Longcurth? Do you, as your father, believe this? How much do you know of these things your father speaks of? You back him readily enough, but how much do you actually know yourself in these matters? Are you, on your knight's honor, prepared to back him in such an endeavor? What is indeed your opinion of this? Basically, we'll try to, I guess, convince him to maybe not back his father in this because he doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay.
Yes, he's convinced.
Wonderful.
Linus.
Get the fuck out of here.
Your time now?
Is that the signal for lunch?
Bling, bling.
Yep.
But we have the butter cakes.
No, they're already eaten, all of them.
Okay. swallows like 3. So but you can certainly leave. You would each have your disposition increased as a losing this basically by 1 step.
Okay.
Towards the other team. So Lonko, though, has been convinced, perhaps, that maybe this is not the right course, and he will move to be neutral. Should you choose an intrigue and choose to involve him, he could be swayed to perhaps be one of the people who could support you. He is not as formidable as his father, but he is decent at doing this, certainly.
Mm-hmm.
You'll move into the same spot as the prince, as currently being neutral and not really supporting anyone.
Okay.
We need that prince.
Yes, we need the prince.
So yeah, all right, we'll go down and have lunch and eat and whatnot. This one is done. Lord Butterwell has 1 victory point. I'll put that up under this tower here.
The Tower of Victory Points.
Butterwell 1. Oh, we need the other one. Caladan 0.
No.
Yes. So he has a quarter turned you and 1 you have support. So, but now you basically, because now he's had that meeting. Now you can have the initiative and you can design a scene where you will sort of engage him again in trying to get what you want, which is maybe this is the time you want to bring up. Like maybe you should support. Maybe Dondarrion isn't the best choice. I mean, for what you want, maybe there's someone better. Something like that.
Well.
And you can basically bring people in. He will have to fill up with knights who are, as you know, not amazing at much but fighting, because that's what they do. But,
We need Prince Maker. Where's the prince?
You can certainly use your thing to engage the prince in an intrigue to convince him to join you. That will mean, though, that Butterwell will get the initiative again. You basically throw the ball to him. You may convince the prince, but then Butterwell might be like, well, I only want 2 people to participate again in this intrigue. But yeah, you certainly can.
I mean, I feel like we kind of need the prince.
All right.
Right.
How many people do you want to involve in this intrigue? He can fill up with knights as well. He also has his King's Guard potentially. He can draw upon.
It's up to you. Do you want to go in alone, or do you want me and Sir Gawain also in the battle?
You know what? That doesn't seem necessary. I'll say if you want to spend your turn convincing Prince Maekar, you can convince him to have your support. He's not super against it, and if you actually spent the effort to do it, I think you can do it without too much.
Okay, let's do that then. Let's
right.
basically argue.
Camp.
Yeah.
When you have a number of people you want to talk to Lord Butterwell with, you can have him be one of them.
Okay.
Next time we say we're bringing 3 of us in.
And so like the convincing goes something along the lines of like we can beat them more. Like Dondarrion is dumb. Like we will take care of this ourselves.
I mean, if you wanted to spend the favor and having him support you, maybe that's the. We would like you to help us become Lord of the Marshes, and he's like, can do.
All right.
But maybe you want to spend that on something else. Had you decided that?
We'll see. We will see.
No. Like, could you perhaps maybe?
And then in the next intrigue we convince Longcurth to be on our side, and then we roll up 4 people against Butterwell.
But then he will have 1-2 perhaps. He's okay with a 2v2 again. This time he'll have to bring the Sir Corbry, because his son apparently doesn't care enough. And this time he will have invited 2 of you. Turns out that you can dodge and sweep and make sure that the 2 people you want to have go. And he will have a nice walk across the forest. It's winter, so it's kind of cold, and he has a big cloak. But a nice walk through the Caladan lands, looking at the beauty of nature and the solitude and the quietness of this land, and maybe speak a little bit about where a mill could be built, and he could make new,
Talking about stewardship.
Yeah, such things. How much you could really benefit from all this peace. You 2, okay. Well, that's certainly all right.
I mean, that's what the prince to come.
Do we want to send a prince in?
Do you want to send the prince?
I don't think yet. I think we want that on our side of the court. Do you know what I mean? In our argument.
Make sure he doesn't get shot out. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Because, changing the subject could be tough, as it were. If you're bringing it up, yeah. So, I would wait with the prince.
Sure. Let's bring the prince in on the next round.
We're going for a walk
Right.
in the meantime.
And Lord Butterwell will start.
Most likely, yes. Though he could technically get a 10, so.
Even then, it's unlikely I. Those are 11s.
Yeah, that's
Right.
So Corbury should have more than you guys.
Not a lot, actually.
I think it's 5.
Probably. No?
Four.
Really?
I still goes first.
He's not a law
I-
command or anything.
Yeah, but he's still a knight of the King's Guard. Damn.
He is. He is. He's more important than a landed knight, for certain. But,
More important than you.
He hasn't invested
I'll
his
fucking take
experience
him.
points in.
fighting, perhaps.
I don't think you will take him because he kind of single-handedly destroyed Selmy in like one round.
I could have taken Selmy.
Yeah, but I mean, as easily as he will.
Not, walking through the streets, but I will look around and sort of like, look at this beautiful land. I always enjoyed the Caladan household. It is so tranquil, so beautiful, don't you think? It is marvelous. Such possibility as you walk past, like the ruined, the old ruined church. It also says, oh, look at this. This could be made whole again. A community could thrive in this land. I know it.